Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 19 of Task Force Unlikely. Lava Boat to Drowtown. So last time, the party went further and further into the Underdark, which is a wonderful, forgiving, and kind place. They walked through a room with suspiciously moving pillars that they decided to just nope out of. So then they entered into a room with a lot of fungi and moss and gross lichen and stuff. And they found some hopping zombies who, when killed, exploded into spore clouds. Then Navira found the leader of the group, mind-controlled him with her control undead channel divinity, and commanded him to destroy all of his minions and then go jump in a lake, essentially.
Made a friend.
Yeah.
And then unmade them.
And the DM learned how mean control undead is. Then
13th level, you can control a vampire.
Yeah. And they have to fail a save, and they at least have legendary resistances. Poor Myconid boy did not. Then you guys took a little nap, continued exploring, and you found a raging river of molten hot magma. And coming down the river was a kind of a Viking-style longship made of red dragon scales with a sail similarly crafted of red dragon scales, and was crewed entirely by these kind of fire newts, kind of lizard men who have bright red skin and look more like newts than crocodiles or anything like that. So you guys are on the dock, and one of the fire newts comes up to you and asks, where would you wish to stop? The Lake of Fire, Obsidian Citadel, Unburning Tower, or Kaw Jay?
Oh, so many options. Do I know any of these places instinctively?
Give me a history check, please.
Oh, shit. I forgot my dice. 1 second.
Okay.
The Kaw Jay one sounds familiar.
Yeah, Kaw Jay was mentioned at the end of last stream. That is a Drow city, and Tarbek wasn't familiar with it, but he was familiar with the naming conventions that's a Drow city. He just didn't know specifically that one.
And what I count as... Oh, I think I'm already proficient in history. 1 second. Sorry, I'm not as prepared as I should be today. And that's the T. So that is a 17.
17? Okay. So, mouse. Okay. So Lake of Fire has no particular significance to you. You assume it is a Lake of Fire.
Safe bet.
The Obsidian Citadel, is a ancient dwarven strong, like a safe stronghold kind of guard post thing. But as far as you know, it's unmanned. Although if they're stopping people there, you don't know why they would be doing that.
The what Citadel?
The Obsidian Citadel.
Okay.
And then you are not personally familiar with the Unburning Tower, and as we discussed last time, you know that Kaw Jay is, by naming conventions, a Drow city. You're not familiar with it.
If possible, and if it's alright with everyone, I would like to stop the Obsidian Citadel before we head on to Quinzorlin.
I had no objection to it.
Yep, might as well check everywhere before we go back.
Okay.
Well,
That would look good.
So,
really? You get no
After all,
wheel
it
from
is
this?
Suspicious.
Say that again, Navira?
After all, it is suspicious that it is a stop if it is, like you say, unmanned.
Well, it's been abandoned for a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if someone else had taken up residence there. But
It's definitely worth checking out.
seeing as it is, my duty as a dwarf of these hills to map them out.
Okay. So that's a stop
Cast augury.
at the, let's see, in half an hour, it's Wheel. The good one.
That would look good.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I like to hear.
So that's a vote for the Obsidian Citadel. Anything else on the tour?
Look, I may
Hold
have
the
fire
river of
resistance,
lava.
but I have absolutely no desire to see the Lake of Fire.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's,
that one
I'm with
seems-
you on that one.
Sites such as Lake of Fire.
so that's a no for Lake of Fire.
Unburning Citadel.
I don't know anything about the Lake of Fire. Cut to a montage of Tarbek surfing on like a stone slab. That wouldn't work. It's not physics.
But he's clearly younger because he doesn't have like a full beard. It's just like mutton chops into a big mustache.
And he still has hair on the top of his head.
Yeah, so and it's beautiful.
It's like trailing. It's funny because his hair still does that. It's just he doesn't have it on the top of his head. It's kind of gone backwards.
Okay, so that's
Just migrated is all.
yeah. It's gone south for the winter. Obsidian Citadel, no to the Lake of Fire. Anyone have any opinions on the unburning tower?
We could stop, take a picture of it, but I don't see any reason to
Okay.
to really, unless we find something at the city and Citadel. Tarbek has sort of taken it upon himself to map this entire kind of stretch.
Mm-hmm.
He's starting probably to run out of tin at this point,
Okay.
or parchment, or he's going to at some point start asking people for pens and parchment.
Okay. So the fire newt nods, and they take a couple long black stone poles, and they push off from the dock. And you guys start sailing fairly quickly down the river of lava, and the one fire newt comes up to you all and says, "Now, there is no material cost to travel the burning brook. However, have you thought about the spiritual cost you put your soul through? Can we share with you the good word of Imix?"
I'm almost certain I would know who Imix is, like, in character, but I have no idea who he is out of character.
Okay, can I get Arcana checks, please? From everybody.
Do I get anything? Like, could I take religion?
Ooh.
You can use religion if somebody is better at religion or Arcana is appropriate.
That's a 17.
17?
Keep in mind, I am part fire elemental, technically speaking.
17. Anybody else?
22.
Oh,
Oh.
8.
Wrote your honors thesis on Imix, apparently.
Is Navira frozen?
Yes.
Looks like it.
Damn it.
Crap. Okay, give her a second to get caught up. Oh, come on. She's not chatting with us, is she? Where'd my phone go?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. The only one who isn't frozen for me is Andy.
Oh no.
You were
Oh,
also
dear.
frozen for us, but we can hear you now.
Uh-huh.
So I can drop and re-add you if you would like. And see if that does anything.
I don't know if that's gonna do anything. It's just my connection. I don't know why it's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I tried switching over to my phone. Okay, let me exit out for a second and check on something.
Okay. Hold, please. Let me throw out the technical difficulty sign. Where is it?
We finally get to use it again.
From all of 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was the most pressing thing that I could have had Super make us.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Soup. We love you.
Okay.
Discord really does hate plot. It's like...
I'm starting to think they do.
Discord hates
we go.
plot, and I want to go to Texas purely to punch Mira's internet connection.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
We had it for a second, and then we lost it. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay, I can see everyone but Jay, and when I connected, my call was robotic.
Oh. Still sound like that?
Well, it sounds fine now, but Jay and Liz are frozen. Oh wait, okay, we're good. We're
Okay.
good.
Oh, yay.
Hopefully we stay that way.
Yeah, so...
I do not need any more connection stress.
Hey, Andy, fun fact, you threw up the technical difficulty screen. You did not mute us.
Oh, no, I know. I know. Sorry. Yeah. I felt like there was no point in muting us. We didn't say anything weird.
Fair.
Or did we?
Well, we didn't say anything outside of our usual
Yeah,
weird, at
yeah.
least.
I mean, I disconnected from the call before you heard me cussing.
Well, that's good. Okay, let's see if this... Oh, and it didn't get switched. Or it didn't get switched at all. Oh, now Jay froze. What the hell? Oh, there we go. Okay,
I
we're
see
good.
Jay just fine.
We're good.
Yeah.
He froze for a second while drinking. We're good now. Okay. Okay. So, Imix. Good old Imix. We had a 17 and a 25. 4.
Two.
And an 8 from Kaw, and a 5 from Navira? Or a hand raise? Can you not see or hear us again, Navira? Hold again, please.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm going to take that as a yes.
In other news, I think Gayle might be the Nella of skill checks.
Only an investigation.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to mute us this time, because let's figure this out. Hold, please. And we're back. We're gonna try this. Okay. Okay.
Maybe try saying Imix with a different inflection.
Imix.
Not that.
No, that was perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought about having the fire newts talk like this. Maybe one of them will still.
Imix.
Imix. Okay, Imix. 17 and up. Imix is the elemental prince of evil fire. He is no good. Do not engage with the good word of Imix.
Do I have a personal beef given my family history with Azers, who are also elemental fire creatures?
Hold on a second.
Oh.
Let me look. It depends on what their alignment is.
Azers, I think, are lawful neutral.
Okay, they probably don't. Azer.
You make sure to unmute us, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They do not like Imix. They almost certainly serve the elemental prince of good fire, whose name escapes me at the moment. But
Fair enough.
so yeah, they would not care for Imix.
Tarbek's beard kind of whoosh a little bit when Imix comes up.
But he kind of expectantly looks at you like, well, the ride's free, so you have to listen to my spiel.
No, that's fair. I mean, I do the same thing.
And he'll start going on about how the world needs to be forged anew and bright and crimson flames, and only from the ashes can we truly rebuild, and you have to demo to Reno and scorched earth policies.
You live underground, though.
Noises.
You look back and Navira is gritting her teeth.
Burn it all.
I have a set of dice. Does anybody want to play dice?
Fine.
Sure, let's play dice.
The fire newt kind of drops his head, and one of the other one pats him on the shoulder. It's okay. Good job, brother. I'll go back.
I thought, you know what? I thought it was a very moving speech. I don't know if I agree with the part about burning everything to the ground, though.
Weird. That's the best part.
Well, yeah, but you live underground. I feel like the people who live in places that are more flammable might not appreciate that so much.
Have they tried being on fire, though? They might.
I haven't, and I admit it's worked out for me.
They might like it. They don't know. They're not willing to try. So close-minded.
In the history of people that have been set on fire, those without resistance to it tend not to like it. That's just the general opinion.
Shrug his little nudie shoulders. Okay. As you guys are sailing down the lava river, you see kind of on the shore, and slowly they have been subsumed by the lava, are ancient-looking statues made of basalt and obsidian in various states of sinking into the river. And many, you can see kind of above them, on the what little shore there is, you can see small little collection plates and occasional gemstones or what looks like ashes of some kind of fresh left sacrifices.
These sort of lava. You said they're sinking in the lava?
Yes.
Can we tell who they're to, or do we presume Imix?
None of them look like Imix, who is typically portrayed as literal living fire, like an inferno that burns and has two little eyes. And then his cult...
That's adorable.
His cult symbol is a brazier. So you're not seeing any of that. These look, they look kind of ancient. Like these are long forgotten saints and gods and devils and demons.
Could I use Stone Shape to like bring one up from the lava and kind of create a stone pedestal for it?
Sure.
I'm gonna do that because
Okay.
I think it'd be cool.
Okay.
And I'll pick whichever one looks the most dwarven.
Okay, yeah, you see one that it's hard to tell. It is pocked, but you kind of see some dwarfiness about it. Nailed it. And you, as you're kind of skimming by, cast Stone Shape, and a pillar rises it out of the lava. And the bottom half is much more corroded by the lava than the top, but yeah, it comes out.
Gonna kind of look at it as it passes us by. I'm assuming it's something I recognize.
No, it is ancient. It might be some ancient dwarven hero or saint, but it's nothing you immediately recognize.
Well, in about 300 years, maybe I'll find out.
And then, as you go a little further, you see what you are fairly certain is a naturally occurring rock formation. Pretty obvious compared to the statues you have just seen. It's clearly not been crafted by intelligent hands, and has instead been formed by nature over time. But it vaguely resembles a person. Like there's kind of rocks towards the head. There's 2 arms and long spindly legs. You can see on the shore there are Koatoa, whose skin seems to be seared and broiled by the extreme heat, actively worshipping this statue.
Oh,
Quote unquote
no.
statue.
Well, that's gonna come to life.
I had a
Lady
really
Kaw
dumb idea.
continues napping.
I had a really, really dumb idea.
You want to share with the group, or are you going to do it on your own?
Navira puts a hand on Tarbek's head.
What if we stone shape? It's a terrible... No, bad idea. Bad idea. I was going to suggest we stone shape the statue to look like one of us, but terrible idea.
No.
Terrible idea.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. This is Dungeons and
No,
Dragons.
that's really heretical. That is... I am a lawful good cleric.
Okay.
We can do whatever we want, asterisk, with consequences.
Oh, yeah, no.
Exactly.
You can do whatever you want, and therefore I can make you pay for whatever you did.
We're not going to fuck with the Kotoa. They can do whatever they want, too.
And they're going to worship their weird stone man. Okay. After a couple hours of traveling and seeing various scenes similar to that, you start to approach a castle built into a small island that the lava river forks around. And it's an extremely foreboding looking castle made of steel and rock. And the lava boat kind of skims up to the little dock, and the tour guide says, "Obsidian Citadel."
Ding, ding, ding. All right, everyone, mind the gap. And then Tarbek's gonna hop ashore. Not actually hop, like get out, but
Sure, yeah,
it's dangerous.
Of course. Okay. You all can see that carved into The stone are a set of stairs kind of circling around the castle to a large for dwarf-sized double doors.
So,
Navira
like-
bonks her head on the rail.
I was gonna say. Can I tell if these have been recently redone?
No, they look as old as the castle itself.
Okay.
Is there any evidence that people have been here recently?
Can I get perception or investigation checks?
Would my stone cunning with history work for this?
Oh no.
Sure. So history with proficiency. Oh no, Liz.
I rolled a 1.
Oh well.
I mean, it's still a 12, but
I think I actually knocked over.
Let it be known that I roll a 6 so that I get a 7.
Stone cunning is whatever. For this, it's just single proficiency, but that is 19.
15.
It's that or Mason's tools.
Okay. So the two of you, the two clerics, would say that someone has been here fairly recently. You can see kind of in the ash and the soot, there are occasional footprints. They are not dwarf-sized.
Bigger or smaller?
Bigger. They're human. They are like
Okay.
humanoid sized. So not like giant, humanoid.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
I'm mentally
Now, good
ruling
question.
out okay, so it's not Durgar, it's not Darrow, it could be Drow. Maybe tieflings.
so proceed with caution.
Yeah. I mean, I
Okay.
can't let my accent leave me. I've been on the surface for too long.
Going native.
Can I get a marching order, please?
I guess
Okay.
Gayle will go first so she can check for trap.
Yeah, your trap finder up front.
I'll go-
2 tanks.
Yeah. I feel like this is a Tarbeki area.
I volunteer to get sneak attacked then.
Fair enough. Take them with the
Fine.
team.
I'm the rear arrow finder, I guess. Okay. So, you all head up the stairs and to the double doors leading into the castle.
Is it locked?
Yes.
Of course it is.
So
All right,
Gayle,
roll a 50.
Gayle will take out her little lunchbox of thieves' tools and get
Okay.
to work.
I cast
I mean-
guidance.
Lady Kaw is not going to knock on the door, but she is going to make the sound of knocking on a door.
Do we want to knock?
Do we want to meet whatever's in there?
Yeah, sure, why not?
When was the last time we tried to show up as guests to a house? Do you remember how well that went?
That went fine. I don't know what
Actually-
you guys are talking about.
Do you
I mean,
not
we did
remember
make-
the interplanar demon that made a deal with us? Do you not remember that?
We also made 50,000 gold pieces.
Yes, after I body slammed a golem.
That,
Yes.
so yes or no?
I say we go with Gale's plan.
All right. Look,
Okay.
but just for the record, if they attack us, it's kind of our fault too if we do that.
I'm still gonna pick it.
Fair enough.
And I'm adding what? Dexterity and proficiency for.
Yes, and then if you are doubly proficient because of being a rogue, which would be a thing you have to select. But
I'm giving you one of these
and
with
guidance.
my magic cantrip.
Ooh. So 19, 17.
17? Okay. You can hear the lock click open.
Ay. Now, carefully, like, just open up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Creak it open just a little. And you have dark vision. So you can see inside. There's no lights currently on. So you can... Out here is plenty bright because of the burning river in front of you. And you can see some of that light streams in behind you. But looking around, you see a fairly barren entry hall.
Okay. You sure there are people here? It doesn't look busy at all.
Well, if there's no people here, I might like to sort of look. If the dwarves are going to be walking these tunnels again, this might not be a terrible place for people to habitate. If there is someone here, I'd like to meet them.
You back on the volcano real estate?
All right, I'm back on the volcano real estate. Volcano, it's on my business card. Armor vendor, weapons manufacturer, volcano real estatesman.
It's real Renaissance, man.
I'm not that good at anything else, though. Anyways, yeah, so before us, it's very dark. I'd like to light a torch on my beard and give it to Lady Kaw, or offer it to Lady Kaw.
He already has a glowing bangle.
All right, then I'm going to extinguish the torch.
Okay. So
and extinguish my beard if I can do that.
Pushing open the door, you can see outside of the entry hall is a huge staircase going up, old entry hall, Beauty and the Beast style, and it kind of curls around two different ways.
Good adventures go left.
I mean, does it look like it meets up top, or it just goes off into two different directions?
No, yeah, it does look like it meets up top, and there's a couple different doors that you can go through once you go up the stairs.
Okay. Gayle will just, I guess, check for traps to see if there's anything between us and the staircase.
Okay. Perception or investigation, please.
Gee, I wonder which one I'm going to pick. Oh, 23.
23. Okay. Going through, you do find that one of the stone pavers is a pressure plate trap.
Well, just going to point that out.
Okay.
Don't touch.
Don't touch. Big X.
As soon as the trap appears, Navira's going to look at Tarbek and say, "Oh yes, I'm sure our host would have been very welcoming."
To be fair, some of those traps might actually date back to Dwarven times. Actually, could I check that? I'd probably be able to check that.
Just looking at it, that seems like a Dwarven trap to you.
That I think that might have been us. That's very old. I'm actually surprised if there's someone here nobody's triggers it yet.
Well, which is to say that it was built by dwarves, not that it was... The person who was living here, if they are not a dwarf, might still have re-triggered it. But it was built by dwarves.
I have to say, I am actually kind of a big fan of this idea of putting traps in your home. That was, apparently a Dwarven thing. Can we get that at our manor back in Waterdeep?
Yes, actually.
I just feel like entry with a couple of traps. I feel like that would be like a good thing.
All right, although there might be a liability issue if we're also running a storefront in there.
Yeah, but like, know where the customers are going to be. I'm talking like into the house.
Because
Because look, like we've made a couple of enemies, and I'm saying it's a possibility that they could try to break into our house, and you know it never hurts to be prepared.
all right, just
Plus,
so
like
long as I
traps
don't
in the house.
That's true, but I just don't want to accidentally blow up one of my nephews.
Nobody said it had to be an explosion. It could be like a tripwire and a couple of arrows. Like, doesn't have to be
I
showy.
don't want to pincushion one of my nephews.
You can always do one of those like rapid traps. So we just like rope them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe cut them down later.
I admit that would be kind of funny to do that to one of my nephews, but I feel like my brother would not be happy about it.
He'll get over it.
Lady Kaw just quick holds up a sketch of the classic, just like box held up by a stick.
Yeah.
Safe, ethical.
Curtis has probably fallen for that a couple times.
You get like one of those large, like non-death rat traps.
It's got like the sketch also has one of Tarbek's nephews, and inside there's like a jar that says beard wax.
Yeah, or it's one of those big sticky traps, and he's just stuck. Help! Help!
And it's so like obviously conspicuous.
Oh yeah,
ridiculously so. So there, we all have a good laugh about traps.
All right, as we're, I assume like putting down pittance or something and being like, "Don't touch this one."
Yeah. Gayle has marked it off, and you all can move around it, no problem. Okay.
Big arrows pointing to it.
So sorry, I just heard a loud bang outside. I don't know what that was. So up the staircase, do you want to go left or right? It does seem to meet back up at the top, so there's not necessarily...
I guess left.
Okay.
Gaggle. Good adventures go left.
Does my investigation trap still work on the stairs?
Yes, so you find no more traps on the stairs. But once you get up to the top, you do see another pressure plate trap that you can easily mark off and sneak around. So it's a large semicircular landing with a couple doors. One of them is kind of propped open.
Well, I think this one's decided for us.
Okay.
Peek in. Don't open the door yet.
Check to see if there's like a water bucket on top of it.
You don't see a water bucket. It does look like this room is lit and occupied, though.
Do you see by who?
For the water bucket.
Give me a stealth check to try and peek in without being seen. Anybody can do that. Yeah, if Navira elbows Gayle to perhaps do it.
Yeah,
quietly nudge.
Add advantage.
Did you get advantage?
You do get advantage because of Blessing of the Trickster.
I could give her guidance if she wants it.
I got a natural 20.
Oh, dang.
Thanks for advantage.
So, very quietly.
No, it's only 23.
Still very quietly.
Only.
Gayle sticks her head in, and you can see there is an elf, though they are not a dark elf. Their skin tone is actually not probably too dissimilar from yours, Gayle. Just literal tone and color wise. So you think they're a dusk elf, a Shatterkai. And looking around, it looks like this is this person's study, and they have various accoutrements and idols to the Raven Queen. And they seem to be looking into something you've seen Lady Kaw look into, like a big kind of silvered plate. A mirror, if you will.
I'll sort of pull myself upright and knock on the door.
She will quickly cover the mirror and stand up straight and turn and say, "Who goes there?"
Hi, you're from. I forgot what the dwarf city's name is.
Gauntlgrim.
We are from Gauntlgrim.
Hello.
She will say, and why have you come to the Obsidian Citadel?
Well, technically, I think this place belongs to Gauntlgrim, and you're kind of squatting.
No,
I thought we were sightseeing.
It's like a really old place. I don't think that applies anymore. This place, she can stay here if she wants.
Squatters have rights. Second of all,
exactly.
No. She will say the dwarves have not occupied this citadel for some time. I have lived here for a long, long time.
No, that's fair. No objections here. We were just looking around.
For anything in particular?
No.
Drow? Maybe?
Sightseeing.
Yeah. Although there have been some security issues around Gauntlgrim, we had hoped to sort of scout the area, and given this place used to be a dwarven outpost, I thought it would be a good idea to search it. I don't know how comprehensively you've already done so. I would imagine quite comprehensively.
She says, I have been over every inch of this citadel, yes. You say you are looking for Drow?
Anything suspicious persons, possibly Drow. They're usually kind of suspicious.
Yes. She'll say, the nearby city, some things have occurred recently which would perhaps lead them to being more outward, seeking of alliances, perhaps.
You know what's been happening?
She says, unfortunately, yes. The city has been attacked several times by demons and undead from the abyss. Minions of Orcus. She'll say, I hold no small amount of ill will towards Orcus. He's sort of the perpetual enemy of my regent.
That's fair.
No.
Do you have any idea why the demons would be happening to target the city specifically?
She will say, long ago, before the Drow became the Drow, before the Shatterkai became Shatterkai, the city was home to elves. And Orcus attempted to take it for his own nefarious deeds. There is an artifact he wants there that the elves were supposed to protect. I am the only one left to protect it, and the Drow will not let me back into the city. I do my best, and she'll kind of uncover the mirror. I do my best to ensure it is safe. I think the Drow have long forgotten their purpose here.
So wait, so it's here?
Not in the Citadel. It is in the city. The Citadel was built to guard the city, or well, she's using it to guard the city, but back when dwarves and elves kind of were here together, this was a sort of joint effort. And then the Drow fell. They drove the dwarves out. I have been doing my best to protect it from afar, and the Drow have since abandoned this citadel, so I have taken it.
Well, it just so happens that I know quite a few dwarves with a vested interest in also protecting this particular citadel. Perhaps there's something that could be arranged on that front, if you require assistance.
She will say, I certainly would not turn it down, Master Dwarf.
Cinderbeard. Tarbek Cinderbeard.
And she will say her name is Valtha, the Undying.
You know, you're right. Elves are not known for dying. Is it impolite to ask someone their age? I think it is.
Probably, but that may not stop you.
Might I ask if the Undying has anything... Is there any meaning behind that nickname?
She has said, well, it's in a way a bit of a misnomer. I have died many times, but the Raven Queen always sends me back.
That's... pretty sure she doesn't usually do that.
My duty is not done.
Fair enough. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Wait, hold on. If the Demon Lord, what's his name?
Orcus.
The Demon Lord Orcus.
If the Demon Lord Orcus is after this artifact, there's a reason for it. And that reason is most likely not good.
Almost certainly not.
Is there anything that we can do to help protect this?
She'll look at all of you and say, you seem adventuring folk. If you could convince the Drow if you could somehow help the Drow fight off the demons, the undead, it certainly would go a long way into dissuading Orcus until from any more of this bloodshed. You said that the Drow perhaps took something from Gauntlgrim?
It's not confirmed yet, but there was a secret entrance to one of Gauntlgrim's vaults that was opened with a phrase in Undercommon.
I see.
And unfortunately, that's really our only lead as to who took it.
Right. I don't know what they would have taken from Gauntlgrim. Perhaps some sort of bargaining chip. I have heard them speak of fire giants as a potential ally. Say what you will about giant kind, the fire giants can be reasoned with. Did not say they were nice nor kind, but they can be reasoned with.
Cut to 2,000 years of dwarf fire giant relations. It's a lot of bad blood. There's so much bad blood there. So many gantry.
Gantry on gantry on gantry.
You see a gantry appear in kind of like the shine of Tarbek's eyes. All right, well, thank you for telling us this. And if we can spare the men, I'll certainly be sending some down here. I can promise you they'll be trustworthy. They won't interfere with any of your protection or your research or anything like that. Some of them might even be able to help share the load a bit.
She'll say, "A most kind offer, Master Cinderbeard. I do worry about their safety. The Drow will not take kindly to an incursion on their territory. Even fighting off demons, they still have a reputation to maintain, as it were."
Awful lot of good that reputation's going to do them when they're completely destroyed by demons.
From your lips to the Raven Queen's ears.
What
You may rely on it.
What if I were to call not dwarves per se, but a group of people who were trustworthy, although not necessarily dwarven?
How trustworthy?
The same trust a father would have towards their own children.
I understand. It might draw less immediate ire from the Drow if they were not dwarves, but just to be clear, we're not talking about like Acquisitions Incorporated or anything, right?
No.
Excellent. Don't like them very much.
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, that Omendron is a bit of a rough fellow.
I was thinking like Victor, the one of the wards I told Andy about behind the scenes.
No, I
don't know how.
Sorry, Andy knew who you were talking about. I just wanted to slam on that gink.
Fair enough. They're great at what they do, but they are they're wrecking.
No, they are.
They're great in the same way a wrecking ball is great at tearing down a building.
Yes, they don't leave much left, do they?
No. All right. So yeah, I'll call in some of my swashbuckling wards and basically like the tieflings and kobolds and whoever I think will be able to help guard this place.
Okay. Do you want to do that now? Do you want to cast Sending?
Yeah, I've got 3 level 3 spell slots.
Okay.
I don't know if I can send the map that I made. I feel like that's not possible.
No, because you can send 25 words or less. So,
you know, maybe this isn't something I can do that way. I'm realizing
it might be difficult. It's certainly not impossible, but the directions alone would be hard.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm going to hold off on this for now.
Maybe if you if you complete more of your map, you might be able to be like, hey, it's, if you go, it's this distance from Glaurum kind of thing. But yeah, she will take your word. If you can send someone in the future, she does not expect them immediately.
All right. We're going to get to see all the peoples. I'm excited. It's going to be family fun fighting off a demon invasion.
It's a real bonding experience.
The irony of this is not lost on Navira.
Yeah, wasn't that kind of your thing, fighting demons?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Yeah, you got a bona fide demon killing expert.
Putting a pin in that for now.
Pats on shoulder.
Again, but put a pin in it for now.
Okay. So do you head back down to the lava boat?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Back down to the lava boat. The fire newts say, "Welcome back." To Qzorlin.
Yep. Sounds
Signs
about right.
point to yes.
Everyone gets back on the boat. They'll start it up again, push off, drop the sails, and start cruising along again. Okay, so let me.
Boat nap.
Tarbek kind of looks like he's. I think I heard something.
Time for another boat nap.
It's so soothing. Just
The
rocking you to
rocking of
sleep.
the waves.
The
Oh,
occasional
absolutely.
spark of the lava.
Tarbek is kind of now realizing the gravity of the situation, given that demons are not typically known to stop at destroying just one city.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure they're perfectly reasonable.
And they're not really deterred by lava either.
Not a lot deters demons.
So now Tarbek's kind of biting his... not biting his nails. There's probably like iron under there, but scratching his beard. He's getting worried.
Meanwhile, Navira said there's just an ongoing recording of screaming.
Gayle, how are you?
Gayle is just staring very hard at where the boat is going, seeing if she can see the city.
Okay.
Oh.
Napping.
And you all turn a corner in the cavern, and it expands into this massive underground lair. It's huge. It is probably miles across this vista. And you can see the lava starts to peter off, and it actually is combining with an underground stream, and it's creating this massive steam kind of pillar off to the side. But at some point, the water overtakes enough of the lava that it becomes a regular, proper stream again. Probably a very warm one, but the boat kind of takes a hard turn from the lava, and you can feel the boat kind of splash into the water and pulls up to the small little city built into the kind of one of the ravines of this massive vista. And the fire newts say, Q Zorlin.
Even though I know they're not accepting payment, I will give them both a gold piece.
May Imix bless your fiery soul.
Rather not.
You know what? He can keep it. He can keep
Reply
blessing.
is no.
You did such a good job, brother. Thank you, sister. And they kind of pat each other on the back and look at their shiny new coins.
Just walk away now. Just walk away slowly.
It's like, all right, that happened. Let's go.
You know, it's kind of. I know they're super evil, but I do kind of like them for some reason. I can't figure out why.
Maybe that's the reason you have so many children.
One of them smiles at you, a big, weird newt smile. It's just all... because they're all just mouth. They're just giant mouth.
Oh my god. Okay, keep going.
I said I wasn't going to bring home any more orphans. We're running out of room.
Keep it moving, Bruce Wayne.
Ugh.
Okay.
I don't know. Depends how fast the kobolds are digging. We'll see. We'll see if we run out of room.
Okay.
Quinn Zorlin.
Okay.
Oh, has my fire gatekeep been acting up at all in this volcano?
No. But
Okay.
you also didn't go to the Lake of Fire or the Unburning Tower. So it's
Those
possible
do
it could have
like-
picked up there. Or
Okay.
if you would like to talk to the Fire Newts, since they worship Imix, they may know of a portal to the Fire Plane.
I'm gonna pull out my portal key and say, "Hey, does this mean anything to you guys?"
Several of them will drop their weapons and fall to their knees and start bowing before you.
Gonna put it away slowly.
That was
then
unexpected.
And they will
Give
say,
a thumbs up.
you hold the key to Imix's deepest teachings.
I'm sorry?
Outlook not so good.
They will say, "You can take us to his heart, to his home."
We were there. You just had to walk away.
You are the one spoken of in the great prophecies.
There's some
The Firebeard has returned.
That
God.
aren't worth knowing.
All right, maybe some other time. Bye.
This should be like the third rabbit hole we've gone down on this journey alone.
Sorry. Really sorry.
Firebeard, no, come back. It is okay, sister. No, I have failed us all, brother. And the boat sadly pushes off.
Oh, no.
Okay. So...
This keeps happening to Tarbek.
Firebeard, no, come back.
This is the second prophecy we've been
Okay.
Cobalt stones. Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm having trouble keeping face now.
Sorry.
We're not raising another Cobalt City.
So in this, as you step off, you can see that there are a bunch of buildings. This is a city. It does seem eerily quiet right now, and you can see a couple of the buildings are even almost skyscrapery. They grow, they go up a couple stories, and a lot of them are connected by kind of rope bridges, but they're made of spider web.
Spiders everywhere.
Yeah, get ready for spiders, guys.
Oh, the Drow are very consistent.
Yeah, I hope.
Spiders. Why did it have to be? Why couldn't it just been follow the butterflies?
Spiders. A giant legion of spiders.
No, the butterfly people are the wood elves.
Space wood elves. They love their space butterflies.
Oh, okay. Well, Spelljammer group. Look forward to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what would you like to do?
Follow the spiders.
Okay.
Which ones?
There's spiders everywhere. Yeah, just start. Everyone pick a spider.
Just start going off random directions.
Oh, they're spinning a web in my beard. It's disgusting.
And then that web is immediately catching fire.
Oh no, they're fire spiders.
Shoot fire
We've
webs.
been here for all of 3 minutes. We're already creating literal nightmares.
And then a clown comes out of the river, and
The lava river!
yeah,
the clown
about it.
The clown comes out of the river. He says, "You'll float too,
Yeah.
or you'll catch fire, or whatever."
I don't care. Just burn. I'm actually a giant spider secretly. I fight a giant space turtle. I don't know what
How is
it's
this
about.
episode? It's so plot heavy, but it's also so funny.
So many pop culture references.
Okay. So yeah. So you stand before a quiet, seemingly empty Drow city. It's eerily quiet. There's the river behind you. You can see the fire newts have K-turned their way out of this river. And they'll presumably be back at some point. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Does anybody smell undeath?
I mean, I can check, but only in like a 30-foot radius. Oh wait, no, 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I cue up my divine sense. See if we can detect any nasties.
Okay. Let's see. Let me look at my So it lets you detect celestials, fiends, and undead. Is that right?
Yep, within 60 feet.
Okay, and
I know the type, non-identity, and also consecrated and desecrated ground.
Okay. There is both consecrated and desecrated ground nearby.
Oh, interesting.
So you can see what looks like a temple, kind of on the edge of your senses, and you figure, okay, that's a temple. And then, kind of almost on the other side of your 60-foot senses, you can see this this pit in the earth that looks like it's made of like abscessed flesh that kind of keeps pulsating.
And we've circled back to the nightmares. All right, cool.
My reply is no.
Did we just not notice that until now?
Kind of not, because because Navira didn't even notice it until it kind of pinged her senses, almost because there's like it's like warping reality around it so it doesn't look like that until Navira points it out to you.
And on the left, you'll see a consecrated temple. And on the right, you'll see a pit of abscessed flesh that is morphing reality.
Yeah, I wonder where all the Drow went.
Yeah, the Underdark and demons are weird guys. So
I want to I would like to. I'm seriously considering just shooting a flame strike directly into it.
Yep. No.
That's just going to make it angry.
Yeah. And then we all walk into it and we start over.
Become one with the flesh pit.
Yeah, and then we all worship Imix, and we're all good. He'll protect us. Protect me, Imix.
Should we go to the temple first?
You think?
Well, let's see. Our choices are temple or abscessed flesh pit.
I go with the temple.
I vote temple too.
It's 2 for temple. It is a temple to Lolth. I don't know if that changes any votes, but
no, you know what?
Is it also an abscessed flesh pit?
No.
Need I remind everyone that we are in a city, and those are not our only 2 options. We can go to neither.
We go home? Is that an option? Because that's the option I want.
Can we inform someone about the big obsessed flesh pit? I feel like that. Can we tell the matron or whatever? I want to tell.
Yeah, we just head right over to the temple and tell the head priest. Tell the head priestess, hey, there's an abscessed flesh pit in your backyard. Didn't know if you knew.
That's not the worst idea I've ever heard, honestly.
You got a housekeeping crew. Maybe you can take care of that real quick.
This episode should not be funny.
Or it should be very funny.
Yeah, abscessed flesh pits, the absolute height of comedy.
Saying abscessed flesh pit is pretty funny.
I don't know. Gayle's just gonna head over to the temple because, when she saw the bed, she's like, "Nope," and then she just starts walking.
It is the correct reaction, Lady Cause following Gayle.
Okay.
Whatever.
Oh, Morden, forgive me.
Well, I don't. You know what? I don't care. I just don't want to be in this stupid city anymore.
This day has been weird enough.
Okay. So Gayle starts leading everyone over to the Temple of Lolth. So
I feel like I'm not allowed to go in there. And I'm gonna kind of hold up my Morden symbol and shake it around a bit.
I'm sure I'll forgive you, and then she'll shove him through the door.
Do I at least have I guess I don't have the chance to tuck it into my shirt or something before I'm pushed inside.
You can certainly do it as you are pushed inside.
I'd really like to tuck that away so people can't see it.
Okay. So you enter into a temple of Lolth. Do I have
Spiders everywhere.
As you do.
There's lots of spiders. Let's see, do I have...
Temple is made of spiders.
Creepy crawling all over the walls like a Resident Evil game.
I've always found it weird that, like, there's driders, there's spiders, and then there's drow, but driders, which are a combination of the two, are shunned for some reason. That doesn't make sense to me.
It's a punishment. I don't know. Well, it depends on what edition, because I think in 4th edition they weren't a punishment anymore, but now they are a punishment again.
What? They worship spiders.
They don't want to be spider, but yeah, I don't know.
Their god is a spider.
Maybe they're being punished for
apparently
their
it just-
arrogance, trying to play God. I don't know.
Yeah, look, Lolth is not a nice lady. Okay, so let me see. The one with all the spidery stuff.
Ooh.
Oh,
The one in the middle. That one.
no, okay.
So there's a couple women dressed like that, and the general aesthetic is that. It's lots of black, red, and purple. Spider webs everywhere. Spider symbols everywhere.
If anyone asks, I'm a girl. I feel like I'm not allowed to be in here. I think that's like a drow thing, right?
It is a matriarchal society.
Okay.
And you can hear towards the back of the temple is a woman screaming at her inferiors that they are failures and that this needs to have been handled yesterday. And how dare you come to me with such news that it is not complete, and get out. And then you can see several people with their head down scurry out of the back room. And someone walks up to all of you and says, "Can we help you?"
We've noticed the giant pit made of flesh outside.
Yes.
Yes.
We had some concerns.
Absolutely.
We also heard about an invasion of demons and an undead.
Oh, one problem at a time.
I feel like they might be connected.
She will say, indeed, they are connected. That is one of the... I don't even know what we would call them. It's like a small pocket of the abyss here in the Underdark.
You built a city on that?
No, it was not here when we built the city. It is part of the demonic incursions. They keep leaving these things around.
You know what? I built a fortress on a volcano. I shouldn't talk.
Yes, but I feel like abscess, flesh pit, and volcanoes are in two wildly different categories.
Yes.
All right. So is there anything we can do to assist at all?
She will look at the three of you who are not a drow. And she will then look at your obvious leader, the woman drow, and say, "Dear sister, have you returned home? Have you brought your adventuring servants with you?"
Bit of both. And we're stalwart adventurers who, I mean, we're who have come here to assist in any way possible to make sure there are no demons hanging around, because that seems like a everybody problem and not just a you guy problem. You get my drift?
I do indeed, sister. And she will say, I'm sure you could hear the matron mother is most upset about all of these developments. If you are new, perhaps it is best to avoid her ire.
Not a problem.
I see this going well in the future.
She will say, where exactly do you hail from?
Gayle quickly rack her brain. Can she think of any other drow city she's heard of?
Give me a deception check.
Oh. Oh, wow. That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
I either roll really good or really poorly.
Benzobarazine just is the first thing that pops into your head.
I tell her that.
Oh, she says, of course, many are from there. We are a satellite city. She'll say, do you know Molana?
It's a big city.
Of course.
I kind of just be like, just point up.
She will say, yes, if you would like to investigate the abscessed flesh pit, we have found that, we've not quite found a way to dispel them yet, but our priestesses are working on it.
We came into some information about an artifact that might be in the city. Do you know anything about that?
She'll say, well, there are many... there are artifacts sacred to some of our orders, and I'm sure some of the wizards have powerful magic items, but I'm not quite sure what specifically you would be talking about.
Oh, we'll put a pin in that. We're gonna go check out the flesh pit now.
Navira will lean down to Gayle and be like, you may want to tell them that investigating this artifact would be beneficial to them, seeing as it's what's causing the demonic incursion.
Do we know what's causing it?
Well, it's what they're
I thought it was
after,
supposed
isn't it?
The priestess will say they do not know why the demons have attacked. They have received no word from Lulth that there is some sort of holy war between the layers of the abyss or anything like that. So she does not know why legions of Orcus would decide that this fairly not insignificant Drow city, but sort of insignificant Drow city, why they would attack here. Daniel had a hand raised.
Tarbek is kind of contemplating telling them. You wouldn't have heard of Dusk Elf named 1 second. Valtha the Undying.
She will kind of glare at you and then turn to Gayle and say, you should tell your man to not ask about questions he knows nothing about.
When he's making a point, he can say whatever he wants. Do you know her?
I'll kind of side eye at Tarbek and then address Gayle and say, yes, she's a known quantity to us, a heretic who worships the Raven Queen. Gross.
Yes. All the way.
Gayle will just if Tarbek raises his hand, Gayle will just lower it for a sec.
Sorry, mistress.
Kind of. There you go. You're learning. She'll kind of jab you.
Though she may be a heretic with good information is still useful. She thought there might be something in the city that could help us. It might be a good idea to make a catalog of all the artifacts you guys have, just in case.
She will say, I will bring it up with the matron mother.
Permission to speak, my lady?
Granted.
This is so strange. Tarbek will add, she did mention that one of the artifacts that this city was initially built around might be the reason for this attack on the city. That demons may want the artifact.
she'll kind of squint her eyes at you, Tarbek, and then she'll say, "Perhaps you have a point. Perhaps she has a point. We don't know why they are attacking, and maybe this is a lead." But she will say, "We have always maintained this city as a bit of a crossroads to other denizens of the Underdark, and any help from them," kind of gesturing at you all, "would be greatly appreciated. So we thank you, and we bless your journey in Lulth's holy name. I bow my head in prayer."
Now, when you say any help, kind of gesture to the beard.
Go look at the pit and just kind of push him out the door. Like, cool, thanks. We'll be outside. See ya.
Get him out of the temple before he sticks his beard in his mouth again.
Tarbek sticks his beard literally in his mouth so he doesn't say anything stupid.
Yeah, picture sometimes maybe he rings it like a hat, like just when he gets nervous, like just.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah.
He chews on it sometimes when he gets nervous as well.
It's fine. Okay. So, you guys head over to this demon pit.
Boy.
What would you guys
I don't know if I want to... Just maybe nobody look in it yet until we know for sure it's safe. I feel like there's some wisdom checks if you look into it.
Have I seen any demon pits like this before?
Well, you're on the front lines of the... Yes.
Do I know much about them? And what they do and their effects on...
You know that they are dangerous, and that the demons can use them sort of as tunnels and not quite portals because they're physical locations. And you know that your kind of head cultists of Zariel could deal with them. You don't know how, though. That was above your pay grade.
I am not for dealing with any head cultists of Zariel ever again. So we're going to have to find some other way to deal with this.
What is the Underdark equivalent of a big pointy stick that I can just find on the ground?
Here, you can use one of my javelins.
Yeah, well, there's that, and then let's see, what would be on the ground? Probably some like
10-foot pole.
Yeah, giant desiccated spider leg.
Metal.
No? Okay.
Gross. We'll go with the javelin.
Okay.
Just kind of poke it.
This party is way too metal. It's becoming a problem.
On accident, too.
It's becoming a problem.
I mean, we did just ride a liver of lava into an obsidian citadel and then to a drow city to look at an abscess pit of flesh.
Okay, so Kaw borrows a javelin from Navira and pokes at the pit. Okay. It kind of very grossly cinches up. And Kaw, can I get a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh god, it's alive. Does she get Navira's...
Oh, yes.
Yes, she does.
That's what, a +3?
I think so, right, Navira?
Yes.
+3? Yep.
16.
16? Okay. So you see flashing in your head this giant beast with long bat wings and kind of a skull helmet with two giant horns. And it just kind of flashes a couple times, and you put you take the spear away, and there seems to be no lingering effect. It's just creepy.
Well,
My reply is no.
Okay, so as a high priest of Moradin, do I know any way to close these pits?
Give me a religion check.
Can I guidance myself on this one?
Sure. Oops, wrong one.
Oh, thank goodness. That is a 25.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
Sorry, let me just write something out real fast. So I don't forget. Okay. Okay, 25. Let's see. Let me check something real fast.
If the answer is this is above what your level can handle, like this is a level 14 cleric thing, that's a good answer.
Yes and no. Do I not have that here? There it is. I just have to check something real fast. In there.
See, I just remember that Drow are like also male Drow. I think are also like explicitly forbidden from learning divine magic. So like, there's so many reasons to hate Tarbek here.
Let's see. Okay. You think you would have to cast Hallow on this space?
I can cast that spell. I don't have it prepared, but I can cast it. I don't know if it's a ritual. Is it a ritual? It is not a ritual. But it is a casting time of 24 hours.
Yeah, it does. And it has material components which cost money.
Like 1,000 gold pieces. But I can't do... I'm basically the lowest level of cleric that can do this ritual. Or the lowest level cleric that can do this ritual. It's not easy to find another level 9 cleric. Although, maybe the priestess can.
Hi.
Oh, yes, hi. We have 2. No, we can do this ritual. That's like, we can both do this once a day.
Can you
It just
both do it
takes
together and
24
cut it in half?
Maybe. Hey, Andy, can we do that? Cut the casting time in half?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
It won't cut the cost in half, but it will cut the time in half.
If we are willing to sink the time into it, I'm willing to do this ritual a couple times. I don't know if they'll allow us to bring foreign gods in here to do our hollowing, but I imagine if we close the demon pit, they'll probably forgive us.
Just a little bit of, the ground's going to smell kind of funny for a while after we're done, but there's going to be no more demon pit, so...
I mean, I'm all for this plan as long as we keep an eye out. I'm not sure how well the demons are going to react to us closing their hell pit.
But,
all right.
Yeah.
Technically, do you have hollow prepared?
I do not. I don't even know if I can cast. I don't even know if I can cast.
I was talking to Kaw.
Nope.
I think Navira can, but you have to be a higher level, Navira.
You could go ask the high priestess and tell her that we know the ritual to seal it up.
You just gotta wait a day while you guys figure it out.
No, you can't.
Like, I would think Hollow was definitely a big cleric thing.
Yeah, it's not on the paladin list, which I'm a little surprised at, but I get why.
I mean, are we okay spending the night in a Drow city?
I mean,
That is currently under
We've
siege
spent
by
places
demons.
in worse.
you just gotta worry about, spiders climbing into your mouth. Doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, everybody eats 1 pound of spiders in their lifetime. Drow eat a lot more. It's
Well,
just-
spiders are kind of like their staple food, so
They literally eat, sleep, and breathe spiders. I'm willing to do this. If y'all are willing to do this, but I'm also a little very frightened.
Ah. Yeah, we should probably do this.
I mean, between underground crypts and haunted houses, this just seems par for the course at this point.
We'll just
also
ask-
that burning mansion that one time, but that was real early.
Yeah, that was like
Oh yeah.
So, given a full day, do we want to? I don't know how long it'll take Tarbek to. Okay, Tarbek and Kaw would both have to prepare the Hollow spell.
Yes.
So that's a night.
You have to get the components.
Which I imagine would be a lot of bickering of 2 very different deities.
I don't know. When it comes to demons, I feel like maybe we can put aside theological differences to.
Oh no, of just what counts as an offering.
Oh, dude, you can't just put 1,000 gold worth of booze there, and then Morden's like, why not?
Actually, no, Corlin would be down with that.
I was like, hey, booze it is. We're doing booze, guys. It's really fine champagne. So yeah, no, they would probably come back with a bottle of the most expensive champagne they could find.
Well, let's talk to the Drow first about this.
Yeah, no, we should.
And we could at least have them give up some, money at least. As well as, it's their city, we should talk to them.
Yeah. But we do know what to close the pit, Kaw and I.
Okay, so I guess we'll head back over to the temple then, right?
Okay.
Tarbek will shove his beard in his mouth.
Okay. So back in the temple, it's calmed down a little bit from when you guys were in there, and the priestess who was talking to you before comes back up to you and kind of cocks her head to the side, and again addressing Gayle. She says, Can I help you again?"
So we, at great personal risk, went to go figure out what's going on with your pit.
Mm-hmm.
And we believe we have a plan to fix it.
Okay.
We just need, I guess, accordance from the city to make sure we have a permit so we can actually do the thing. Then we might need a few, some components. And we also need about a day or day and a half to actually complete it.
Okay. Well. Whew. Let me think. Well, if you're going to need to talk to city elders, there's the matron mother here, but she's not the only power in the city. She does not act without some reservations, though her word in favor will get you a long way. And you would be invoking, kind of looking at Kaw and Tarbek and then back at you, Gayle, invoking powers not to our Holy Mother.
I mean, wholly adjacent.
Well, I'm not doubting that their gods are holy, just that they're not our holy mother, if you catch my meaning.
I mean,
Tarbek
unless
will-
there's somebody in this city that can actually cast a spell that my two compatriots can, you're kind of shit out of luck with what you're gonna get.
She will say the matron mother is a powerful priestess. Perhaps she can. But I understand that if pressed for no more options, we have no more options.
Can we talk to her?
If
It feels like a lot of things can be cleaned up if we just go talk to her.
I will see if she is receiving guests.
Could you?
Yeah.
More screaming from the back.
Yeah. And she'll kind of step back, take a breath, cross herself 8 times.
I'm going to cast guidance on her to give her that little boost of confidence.
And then she'll kind of turn and push back a spider web curtain. And she'll step in and you can just hear, "What?" And then the rest of the conversation is held mostly below a volume you guys can hear.
During this exchange, Navira's going to lean down to Gayle and, be like, you'd think in an underground Drow city you would be able to avoid the level of bureaucracy equivalent of Waterdeep.
Nah, I think Waterdeep to learn from a lot from these guys. They're like the OG bureaucrats.
Mm.
A highest compliment paid to a Drow.
They're like very methodical about their chaotic demon sacrifices.
Yeah, no, it takes a lot of
You gotta do it right.
Yeah, it takes a lot of bureaucracy to be this backstabby. They want it done right. And yeah, throwing open the curtain is a Drow woman in middle age, hair streaming down her back to sort of, the center of her lower back, in one long braid. She's wearing a crown that's spidery. It's kind of, the head of the spider and then the 8 legs around. She's carrying a large, terrifying looking staff. And dressed similarly to the picture I showed you earlier, in the spider web vestments. She comes up to you all and she says, "Oh, I hear you are the outsiders who have a solution to our problems."
Yes, definitely.
Yes, we are. We are stalwart adventurers. Come here to help you in your great hour of need. My 2 stewards can help you cast a spell to get rid of your big old pit right in the middle of town there.
She will say, and they do this out of the kindness of their heart.
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
Plus, most people don't like demons coming out from the earth.
No, that we don't.
Getting rid of it is a benefit to all of us, trust me.
Tarbek nods emphatically, but doesn't speak. He's very nervous.
She'll look at you, Gayle, and say, "For whose house do you speak?"
We're not telling him mine.
Gayle run through all the drownings she's heard.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, there's DeWarden. You've definitely heard that one. You don't know if you want to claim that one.
Talk about a power move, though.
Oh, come on, do it. It'll be hilarious.
You're pretty sure that this city name is a Drow house. Zorlin is a Drow house.
Do I want to say that, though?
Well, she's probably in charge of that house, so probably not. There's Ban Ray. Oh man, you're kind of running out of famous Drow houses.
I'm gonna roll history as well.
Okay.
That is a.
I'm using your check from earlier.
Okay.
That's a 14.
Yeah, Dorden. Damn it, we already stabbed that one. Let me see if you
Can I like string together just some random Drow syllables?
You
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you could almost certainly make one up. And with your, with you guys all know enough that you could make one up. And whatever you say, I will go with. So,
Gayle will just say, I am from House Mezzo Zenny.
Mezzozeni.
Yep.
Mezzozenadier.
Interesting.
Zenny.
A powerful and ancient house, would you say?
Nope. It's sort of brand new.
New.
We're up and coming.
Who is your matron mother?
You want to be the matron mother, Gayle?
Gayle R.
Oh, I gotta write this down.
Gayle R.
Gayle R. Of House.
It's Gayle apostrophe R.
Okay. Of course. And then of House. What was it?
Mezzozeni.
Mezzozeni.
And then I think I added deer, but I don't know if we're going with that.
Yeah, we'll go with
Mezzozeni's
that. Make
great.
it sound more drowy.
Mezzozeni deer.
Mezzozeni deer.
Yep.
She will say, well, I'll have to keep my eye on you, always looking for new alliances, new houses on the rise.
Oh, yeah.
And you're from...
Definitely.
Go ahead.
No. Okay. Go ahead.
She says, and from Menzo Baranzan, we just left, and I don't remember hearing it, but it must be very new. Interesting. Yeah. Most interesting.
This is a great plan that I don't see backfiring at all.
Oh yeah.
No, this is amazing.
Drow. This is gonna go real well.
Yes. She will say, well, if you have a solution to our abscess demon pit, I am happy to entertain the thought. My priestesses seem to be at a loss. They think our goddess has forsaken us, and nothing could be further from the truth. And she kind of glares at everyone in the temple, who all start to scurry around.
Oh, well, of course not. But sometimes, gods like to present a very odd and different solution to some things that does stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll say, yes, exactly. Lulth is testing us.
Tarbek will put one hand on Kaw's shoulder and give it like a thumbs up with the other one.
He's gonna look down, make sure he still has his beard in his mouth.
She will say, I will provide you with what you need.
Oh, cool. So, I guess Gayle will try to give her like a list of the things that Kaw and Tarbek need. like the components.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, and she says, I can get these to you soon. How long will you need?
According to my associates, we need at least one good sleep to get us raring to go, and then we'll take about a day, maybe half a day if we do it together, to actually complete the spell. And then you are demon pit free, probably.
She will say, do you have a place to stay in the city?
No, we just got here. We're just got any good hotel recommendations?
Yes. And she will scream into the back for Belwyn. And a young Drow man with kind of a, swoopy over his eyes haircut, just goth out to all degrees, with like a billion daggers on his jacket, will quickly and quietly enter the room and, very subservient to this woman, say, yes, grandmother. And she'll say, take the guests to the villa estate. They are going to help us with our demon problem. Of course, grandmother. And he'll look at all four of you and say, follow me. And he'll quickly and quietly walk to the front of the temple and wait for you all there.
You've never seen someone hyperventilate into their own facial hair before, but that's what Tarbek's doing right now.
Gayle will just push him to follow the Drow. Like, go, go, go!
We're leaving.
I like his knife coat.
Try not to cut yourself in your own edge. Literally.
It's almost armor.
Almost. Yeah, it's a sort of chainmail.
Probably gives some kind of AC bonus.
Knife mail.
Just
Tarbek.
don't trip.
Tarbek's gonna take some design notes.
Okay. Yeah, he's like a 90s Rob Liefeld drawing. Okay.
Can we see his feet?
No, weirdly enough, they're always covered by mist or rubble. My map went away. Come on. Oh, well, we're about to wrap it up.
Is the Drow's name Knifey?
No, that's a different stream.
Don't watch that episode yet.
Although that goblin has several brothers and cousins. So, okay. So he leads you across town and takes you up a set of stairs and across one of the spiderweb bridges into a dark and sprawling estate that's among the taller places in town. Looking around, there's a couple what look like wizard towers, which are taller, but he'll say that this is the guest house of House Zoralin, and that there are servants here who will do as you say, and if you need anything, I'll be staying here as well, as requested by grandmother.
Cool. Thanks a bunch. And I'll just like whack him on the back.
You were most welcome. And he'll look at you and say, "Did you say you were also a matron mother?"
I mean, in training?
Oh, of course. Say, and he'll say, kind of with a little bit of a twinkle in his eye, he'll say, "Your house is most lucky to have someone as clever and quick on their feet as you."
Yep, that's me.
You may rely on it.
And he will bow and leave you to your villa estate, and that's where we'll end for tonight.
I went better than expected.
There you go.
Sure, we can go with
For
that.
now.
That, yes.
I know that at some point our Tower of Lies is going to come crashing down. I'm just wondering how
Right,
long we
it's
can keep this up
Built
for.
so sturdy, though. Outros and plugs. Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel. You can find me on here. And sometimes you can find me on Saturday. And on Saturday I do a show called what's the show? Asmodeus and Associates. I
You
should
got it,
probably
buddy.
remember the name because I run it.
You run it, and you came up with the name, and
Yeah.
yes, you remember it.
I'm just very nervous right now. Hi.
Understandable.
Jay and Mira are also on that show. Last week we shared a little bit of a little something, a monologue from Zariel that might sound familiar. It's not canon, but at least not canon in this stream, but you could give it a listen. It was fun to get right. And also Horrible Brovia time on Sunday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I'm also here. And I should have probably, learned something about Drow naming conventions, but whatever, it's fine.
You weren't raised by him, so.
No.
Menzo Zenadir.
Yep.
Yeah, Menzo Zenidir. And matron mother Gayle
Galar.
Galar. Jay.
Foolproof.
Foolproof.
What could go
I'm
wrong?
adding
so much.
House Menzo Zenadir to my contacts list.
Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. You can mostly find me here. You can also find me on Twitter if you would like to for some reason. And you can find me on Saturdays on Asmodeus and Associates.
And,
Dog agrees.
yes. And Mira.
Hey, I'm Mira. You can find me both on Twitter and on Instagram at Birds and Nerds. Be on the lookout. I am currently working on getting commission information out there. So if you would like me to draw your D&D character or your original character, be on the lookout for that. And like Jay and Daniel said, I am also on Asmodeus and Associates. My connection issues have been so bad that I missed half of that Zariel monologue.
Oh.
So join me in listening back on it. Get a little chuckle out of that. But yeah, that's me.
You draw spiders.
Whoa.
What?
I'm Andy Hatton at Andy Hatton on Twitter. A little bit of a schedule flippity flop over the next couple weeks. Next week will be Phantom Horizons episode 3, probably.
Yeah.
Yes. And Not Barovia will be later, probably early next month. And then next week is Spelljammer. And they just got out of it's an intellectually distinct sphere dominated by intellectually distinct cosmic beings who have no way can Stanley nor Marvel sue me. So, that's it. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.